gold.
Yeah, well, Chris was just like, sitting down talking to me, saying like, my boy's on top, here we go. But to me, really, it was just good having him there, seeing him there, like it was a family affair. We lost, but I ain't really, I didn't really speak to him much, but it was just like, praising my son. I accepted that, and that was about it, really. There weren't no deep conversations.
Thank you both for an incredible fight and an instant classic.
Thank you very much.
Eddie, you obviously mentioned the potential rematch with Chris Eubank. I was just wondering, obviously a lot was made of the rehydration clause prior to the fight. Do you think there'd be any discussions about potentially removing that for the rematch if it were to happen?
Yeah, I think maybe Junior should come down a little bit lower rather than Conor Benn coming up 2 weight classes. I was baffled. I mean, we knew Chris Eubank's weight all week. Right, I knew it at the check weight, I knew it the day after, we knew what he woke up this morning, and he was absolutely spot on this morning, and he was fine. Yesterday, he was tight at the weight. He's always tight at the weight. He's made it the last 5 times, he messed up, he got there an hour late, he could have made it comfortably, but they just ballsed up. Now, that's it. No one ever said, apart from his dad, do you think it's dangerous for Conor Benn to be moving up 2 divisions and fighting someone the size of Eubank? And I think, honestly, the contract, and you guys have got to remember as well, this contract was not a contract that was negotiated between Matchroom and Chris Eubank Jr. This was a contract that was negotiated by the Ring Magazine and seller and Chris Eubank individually, and we negotiated our contract individually. Ben Shalom, Chris Eubank, Maz, whatever his name is, they accepted those terms, right? And that's the art of a contract, and the plan is to abide by those terms. So for me, the terms were spot on, as you saw tonight. You saw a very evenly matched fight where a big 160-pounder nearly made his championship weight. He rehydrated, okay. Conor weighed in at 165 pounds, I think, in the ring. Eubank was probably 176, 177. He probably had 10 or 11 pound on him. And he stood up to it. And I think we got it absolutely right. I think they served you up one of the greatest fights we've ever seen in this country. But for me, the danger was not for Chris Eubank Jr. The danger was for Conor Benn. And that's why we got to think very carefully about the rematch. Because I don't want to see him in too many fights like that. It's all very well us sitting there and going, wow, what a fight, let's do it again. They're the kind of fights that will shorten your career. And he's got such a long career ahead of him. So, the terms are already agreed for the rematch with to move forward. And it's the same as the first contract in that respect. So I think we got it spot on with the numbers.
Nigel, one for you. I know you didn't get the decision in your first fight with Senior, but in the second fight, I think many people on that stage over there believe you won. How much inspiration do you feel like you could give to Conor ahead of a rematch that you didn't necessarily get the decision in the first fight, but you can come back bigger, better and stronger?
I think Conor will. I think it's in his genes. He knows what he has to do, and he knew what he'd done wrong. Land on the ropes too much. And winging them in. What he done in training, he didn't actually do. But I'm not going to knock him for that. Here, go home and watch the fight and see where he went wrong. And then we'll just come back.
Did you say you're not going to knock me for that while you're knocking me?
Well, you gave it to me, mate. You said Dad couldn't do the business, so I'll have to come and do it.
Fair.
Right,
fair.
but it's good that we can laugh and joke about it, but we know what we do. We go back and we work hard again. We do everything right, and do what we've done wrong. We're put right, and I'm looking forward to getting back in the gym with my son and starting the whole 12-week camp again. Just brush yourself down and then start again. So I'm looking forward to it. He'll learn from this. He won't make the same mistakes.
Right, guys, we're going to get kicked out. They turned the sound off us on the ring as well, so we're going to be kicked out of the stadium soon. So one more question, if anyone's got it. If not, we'll wrap. Any further questions?
Right, you've got to speak louder than that, mate.
Sorry. There was a lot of needle between you in the fight, building up. When you go 12 rounds with somebody like that, you found respect for each other, or...
Yeah, I can hear you, mate.
Do you have any...
Yeah. I mean, listen, he still ain't my cup of tea. Do you know what I mean? I won't go and sit down and have a chat with him. But, of course there is. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Come on, answer the question.
I mean, like, there's respect. Obviously, we've gone 12 rounds together, but he's Chris, isn't he?
Like his dad.
So I like him as much as I possibly can.
Cheers, Conor.
Given the situation, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, round of applause for Conor Benn.
Thank you.